AI feels helpful for beginners, but there's a hidden cost that almost no one talks about. Let me show you. What I see right now is that a lot of beginners, they use AI to write basically 95% of the code, and they just make these slop projects. Maybe that includes you as well. And the thing with that is that sure, it's fun, but in reality you won't learn anything from it, and you won't actually get the benefits from being an actual game developer that can actually make games without like being over-relied on AI. And some of you guys might even think that you're actually learning something from actually doing the thing with AI, and you might feel like it's productive. Or some of you might know that it's not productive, but you just do it for fun. And let me tell you, it's true, you won't learn anything from using AI to just write 95% of your code as a beginner. As a beginner, you need to learn the foundations to use AI. And the reason why you aren't going to learn anything from using AI to make your project, even though it might feel fun, it feels productive, like you get things done. The thing is that we only learn when we actually struggle with the thing. And when you're just using AI to write the code for you, sure, the AI might do a mistake that you have to fix, but that's not the struggle. That's not the struggle that we need to actually learn game development ourselves. And what I always tell beginners is that coding and programming, it's the most important skill for game development. Because sure, you can make a game without art, music, sound effects, all these different things, but you can't make a game without coding. And to actually learn coding, what I found is that we need to struggle with the thing, and for that we need to experiment and build and actually do something ourselves. That's what I preach on this channel. That's how I finally started learning game development, learning coding. That was actually by struggling and actually building things myself. AI can just make you waste so much time without learning or getting anything done. You won't get the full benefits of being a game developer. So you can probably understand that I'm not a big fan of using AI as a beginner if you are just starting out learning game development. But I actually think there are three main use cases that actually can be beneficial if you use them correctly and you use them carefully as a beginner. So before I cover these three, I just want to say that all of this information is going to be taken directly from the full AI guide that I've made inside of SmartInit. This is just going to be the most important things. Also, just be very careful with these. Don't over rely on AI just because I said you can use it for like these specific use cases. Still, have the struggle in like your main learning. You need the struggle to actually learn. These are just going to like be a slight boost for you, something that you could do yourself, but the AI is just going to like do it quicker for you, and it's just going to be like a nice companion on your journey. So the first and probably like the most common use case that you can use AI for is just to ask both quick and unimportant questions. Mostly unimportant, like minor questions, things that doesn't make or break your code, doesn't make or break you as a developer. You don't need to like remember it. If you forget it, totally fine. It's going to be unimportant. So just to give you an example, that can be, for example, with naming. So should I name this in like uppercase, lowercase? How should I name this? It can be, for example, where is this setting in Unity? Things like that. It can be, how do I copy a component? Just very simple things inside the engine, for example, the settings, optimization, like small tweaks and changes. You can ask these quick and unimportant questions to AI because it's just going to give you the answer much quicker than you just trying to figure it out yourself, and it's unimportant, so you don't need to like fully understand everything. Just get answer. The second use case, which can be really powerful if you use it correctly, so listen closely, that's going to be to ask the AI to review your code and give it specific questions around your code. So you can, for example, do the struggling that we talked about, build an experiment yourself, struggle with the thing yourself. Sure, don't use AI for that, but then once you are done, you have the full code in front of you. What I want you to do is then send the code to the AI and then ask it to review your code. So you can ask it, for example, is there any critical bugs inside of this code, for example, or is there any logic flaws in the code so that it won't work as I intended? Or like, does this code give me an outcome that I want? Is this like horribly inefficient? Be very explicit that you are a beginner. Be very explicit that it shouldn't just point out everything that's wrong, but it should point out that like the big and major flaws, and you should tell it that you are a beginner. So it shouldn't be like picky about the things that it's going to tell you, because like as a beginner, you can't focus on like everything right now. You just need to focus on if things work, if it's safe, if it crashes, and if it actually gives you the result that you want. And the last use case, which I think is a very good one, and it can really help you on your journey to learning game development if you use it correctly, because it's still going to have you struggle with the thing, But this is the thing, okay, I'm going to say it. It's coding challenges. So what I mean by coding challenges is that you first should send the code of something that you have already struggled with. Then you should say, this is my skill level, I just made this script, what can I add next? Give me a little challenge. That's something you should ask. Or if you're making a new project, for example, ask it, what system or mechanic can I make? I'm a beginner, and then try to describe your skill level as much as possible. Do that, and just make sure that it doesn't give you too much information. It shouldn't make it too easy for you. As I said, the more struggle you have, as long as you actually can accomplish it, or you have a chance to accomplish it, it's like a desirable difficulty, the better. The better it is, the more you struggle with a desirable difficulty. So I think that's everything that you need to know about using AI as a beginner. This doesn't cover like advanced or intermediate use cases, like for example me that has already released 3 games. I can use AI a lot more because I can prompt it better, I can be more critical, I can be more critical about what the AI does. So what I recommend is that you should release your first game, preferably without using AI at all, except for asking these quick questions. Try to release your first game in only 2 months, that's what I preach inside of Smartini, without making AI do anything for you. Because like you're going to learn so much faster and better if you don't use AI all the way until your first game. If you can release a game on your own, then you're kind of at the level where you can use AI, be critical, and actually prompt it much better. And you can call yourself an intermediate at that point. So I think that's a milestone you should have right now. Hope this video helped you, and I'm just going to remind you, don't over rely on AI. You won't learn anything. Either way, thank you so much for watching.